Apostate prophet, I'm going to say it. I'm going to get in trouble for saying it, but I'm going to say it. Apostate prophet, currently my favorite Eastern Orthodox Christian.
That's cheating.
But Neil from Dirt Poor Robbins was up there.
Okay.
Jonathan Peugeot was up there, but he said no to the Bless God Summit. Jay Dyer was very nice at dinner.
And he was nice on the podcast.
He told me all about my fallacies.
And he did 4 hours.
Roasted you about your Dickies outfit.
He did. But then he came with the most ridiculous shirt on, so. So I love him, but we're just two sides of the same coin here.
You guys kind of are. Yes. Apostate prophet, my new favorite Eastern Orthodox Christian, because I think Apostate prophet knows that David Wood really is a Christian.
Come on. He's a liberal Orthodox Christian.
We'll see how that goes. But anyway, let's see his journey. In this video, I'm converting to Christianity. This is with David Wood. Shout out to David Wood, friend of the channel.
The tag says the most humble Mahdi.
I love it. I love it. The most humble Mahdi. We gotta get Apostate prophet and Wood here. It would be fun to interview them together and separate, because I would love to do a long story with David Wood on his life story. He hasn't shared that in a long time.
Yeah, come on.
He was here, so maybe make that happen.
Has he ever been on the podcast?
We did that one stream, and it was like an 8 or 12 minute clip.
Oh yeah,
it was super brief. We did 2 parts with him. Yeah, so
all right, let's hit this.
All right, let's do it. So, Apostate prophet, I'm converting to Christianity. I love hearing this dude talk about his faith as someone. He was an atheist. I was an atheist. He came to faith in Jesus. I came to faith in Jesus. Granted, much younger in life. I was a teenager when I became a Christian.
Yep.
He's older. So yeah, let's jump into it. Go ahead.
Those few things would be my conversion to Christianity. And I went to, this last week, I actually went to informally speak to my priest and to confess for the first time, which I think technically doesn't really count until you are properly baptized or something. But still, I did. So, and after I went on, after I confessed, he basically was like, he said, I've lost all hope in humanity after I heard you speak.
Hey,
that's a trip.
I like this, man.
I do too.
I like this. I don't have a priest to confess to.
That'd be fun though.
I got pastor.
I want to put Pastor Jeff behind a little veil wall, and then
a
soundproof booth.
I think Jeff will go for it.
You think so?
I think Jeff, if it's like, hey man, we should do a confessional.
You don't think
Jeff?
Jeff? Yeah.
We already meet in the old Episcopalian building with stained glass.
Come on, somebody. Just like, yeah, I'm not burdened enough. Yeah, I do that. Here, everyone's.
I got such a thin plate of commitments. We're gonna set up a confessional booth.
I'll just hang out there
so you can come and privately confess. Oh my! Now I do have a question.
I'm still a mandated reporter.
I'm still a mandated reporter. Is the Eastern Orthodox confessional booth as iconic as the Catholic confessional booth?
Yeah, I would hope so. You know, or did the designer for that only come around after the schism?
I know, because let's be honest. Let's be honest, chat. That Catholic confessional booth, the movies with the gloomy lighting.
Come on, somebody,
bro. That's one. That is. Yeah, it's the same, right?
Come on, somebody.
Come on, bro. That's fire.
Well, I don't know. Hold up. This looks a little different. I think it's more face to face.
Is it?
Yeah. It looks like they stand right here. And you kind of have to like, because everything I'm seeing with Orthodox confession is like a priest standing by them.
So the chat is verified. Face to face, no booth. Okay, so face to face, no booth. Thank you for clarifying that. Yeah, it kind of loses its charm.
Does lose its charm.
A little bit. A little bit. No disrespect, but it kind of loses its charm. Because I don't remember confession booths when I was Oriental Orthodox. When I was Armenian Orthodox. We didn't have confession booths.
Yeah, because no one used it. You got to go face to face. So like, oh, that's awful.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Can I just send an email or?
He joked a little bit about how
was this before or after he spent an hour vomiting?
After.
Okay.
He said you have to do some penance, and the penance was carrying a table with him to adjust something in the church. And I was like, okay, good, wonderful, perfectly done. And then
that's actually pretty awesome.
I love the idea of like Orthodox priests or even
like,
Catholic priests.
We're gonna do something real practical.
Yeah,
and that's gonna be.
I honestly
no Hail Marys for you.
This is like a really heavy, solid wood table, and your whoever comes in for your confession today, their penance is gonna be moving this table with me.
Yeah.
Did that. I told him a few things that are on my mind, that were on my mind for being for quite a while now, and what he said to me was what you just told me. I wish that you also say this to people in general. So I do want to do that.
Hold
And
on, hold on. I wish you would say this to people in general.
Yeah, whatever he's saying.
Is he saying, I wish you would be transparent and confess your sins to people in general? Is that what he's saying? Am I tracking correctly?
That's revolutionary.
All right, go ahead.
That's calling for a schism.
I also want to make a video about this stuff because I have been kind of keeping to myself and keeping quiet about this whole conversion to Christianity thing. And
Hold on. He's been quiet about it.
Maybe in his
personal
actual
life?
rhythms of uploading.
Oh,
Like maybe if like we've seen a video.
probably because we're paying attention. Or maybe somebody's personal life. Okay, it doesn't matter. Go ahead.
been basically just reading and listening and learning and all that instead of speaking about it very much because I didn't want to make it too public of where I am in my conversion. I didn't want to make it too public what I'm currently going through, what I'm studying, and so on. I didn't want to be impacted by the public or impact the public with my ignorant takes.
Okay. I'm just gonna say it.
That's a W take.
It's a W take. I like this process.
I knew you were gonna say it.
Because I remember
Gotta give the Orthodox their flowers a little bit.
I mean Catholics too.
Catholics too.
I remember, folks would show up to youth group on a Wednesday, be saved on a Sunday, and then we're declared Christians, and then in a month serving, and then in 6 months teaching the other kids, and then 6 months after that married. Right?
Yeah. And then 9 months after that, kid.
And I've always felt a little like, hey, this is kind of moving along quickly. Now, granted, I'm sure there are mainline Protestant denominations. Like I'm sure you're not getting away with that at a Lutheran church or Anglican church. But a part of me is I'm a bit disappointed that people can kind of move along fairly quickly in some non-denominational circles.
It's more come as you are and less pastoral oversight.
Yeah, and then like if someone's like on fire, they can just do whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, no. And I will say this. It's not this way at Rhythm.
For sure, yeah.
It's not this way at Rhythm. Because I actually know of a dude who is super on fire, highly influential outside of church in a different niche. Like he's an influencer. I'm not gonna say his name, but I call him a friend. And he does like public evangelism, like the stuff Bryce Crawford does. Like he does that, but he just doesn't make content out of it. Right? Always sharing the gospel, always praying for people, that sort of stuff. And he has no authority in the church. And he's been around for well over a year or two. He couldn't do a class. He's going through a class right now. He served at our Bless God Summit just on the strength. Yeah. Like just was there like 2 full days setting up stuff. And this dude's a stud. Like he's a stud in the world, came to faith, radical conversion, on fire for the Lord. But I would say at Rhythm, he's just like, you're just chugging along,
Come to church.
Just come to church. Just come to church. So I will say, I'm speaking about, I think in my nostalgic brain of coming to faith and seeing other people come to faith, in a very like seeker, non-denominational stream. I think Rhythm is way more solid than that.
Yeah.
So I don't see this as often today. I just remember seeing it.
Yeah.
And I guess there is a bit of a process that he's going through.
True.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So I try to keep to myself during this whole process as much as possible, and I still kind of do. But as I was talking to my priest, we kind of put into perspective the process of me getting fully accepted into the church and getting baptized, which I still have not. So I still haven't been baptized. I'm supposed to, in the Orthodox Church, do my catechism, meaning learning everything about the church, learning everything about the faith, learning all the basics, all the stuff that I need to know. And once I'm done with that, once I'm basically ready to join, I am supposed to, and if I'm sure that I want to join, I'm supposed to get baptized. So we talked about this, and my priest also wants to kind of accelerate the process a little bit, just because it's not just me on my own who is just coming in as a baby, but rather my wife, although she was an atheist for like 10 years or so, she technically grew up in what is called an evangelical Orthodox church, which is a Protestant church that kind of adopted certain Orthodox things, but they were never really fully Orthodox. But
okay,
all
right. So listen,
someone get sword and pencil on the phone.
Someone get sword and pencil. We gotta get sword and pencil on the phone. Here's the deal. If you are coming to the faith and you're trying to figure out how do you navigate this, and you want some sort of process, or you just want a consistent routine, I'd highly recommend you check out my brand new Occupy Till I Come Devo. By the way,
Protestant Catechism.
Protestant Catechism, designed by Sword and Pencil. Now, what's cool about this thing is it actually takes you through the entire narrative of Scripture within 60 entries, and there's custom journal prompts for every entry. 35 days in the Old Testament, 25 days in the New Testament, and there's a whole section for notes.
That's fire.
In the back, so you can just kind of keep this on you. It looks awesome, looks beautiful, and this is our biggest sale to date on this item for our massive Father's Day sale, which, by the way, people will be kind of sleeping on Father's Day, but we said, you know what, we're going to go big for Father's Day. And so this thing is only $22.99 available right now for our big Father's Day priest, provider, protector launch. These are, in my opinion, the dopest collection we've done with Josh Nadeau. I'm wearing like this oversized priest, provider, protector. And the idea with this is like, hey, when you put this on, like, it's not just a t-shirt. You put this on, you're reminding yourself of what it means to live out your faith on this side of eternity. So this is available right now over at blessgod.shop, and the sale's happening right now. So go get yourself this. Awesome way to jumpstart your daily Devo time with interactive prompts, as well as just get some fire stuff, which is one of our, I think this is our biggest sale since Black Friday or Christmas.
Yep. And did a little something special. It's the tariff special. Our cheapest hoodie we've sold. It's just, the only thing is, it's not a brand name like a Champion, but it's a great cut.
It's the same. It's actually the same blank as this, which is what is this
same
called?
company.
Lane 7. Yeah.
Lane 7. It's a really high quality blank. It's just not particularly name brand, so we can save some costs. And we know that you guys are getting hit all over the place with eggs and groceries and whatever, but you might still want to get a Superfly hoodie, $44, one of our cheapest hoodies. It's the one you've seen Ruslan wear this entire past few weeks.
Yeah.
She has quite a grasp of Orthodoxy, and has been also for much longer than me, before I joined, has been approaching the Orthodox Church and has been learning.
Well, hey, remember a couple days ago when someone in the super chat asked David, what was more surprising, Nabil converting or AP converting?
Oh, that's a great question.
And I was
pause.
like,
Nabil was David's Muslim roommate who he led to Jesus, and wrote a best-selling book, I want to say, called Seeking Allah, Finding Jesus. It's a massive book, and it actually documents his conversion and David Wood's part in it. So David's journey with him is actually documented in this book, which is pretty cool. Okay, go back to AP. So he says, which is more of a shock in terms of who came to faith? Go ahead.
Neither one of them was really converting, because you could kind of see them changing over time and so on. So it wasn't it didn't come out of nowhere. It was things led up to it and stuff like that. Afterwards, I was like, Mrs. Apostate was the surprising one. That's the one that came out of nowhere. You know what I mean? That was like
his wife is the surprising one,
who was a decade-long atheist.
That's
totally unexpected. Didn't see anything leading up to it.
You know, it's actually funny because I just talked about this with her earlier today as we were sitting. There was a time years ago where some people might remember when I started having massive anxiety attacks and all that, and I started getting really desperate about it. Didn't know how to handle it, and started getting a little bit reclusive about it and so on. I went to a doctor, and funnily enough, my doctor asked me, "Do you believe in God?" And I was like, "Not really."
That's a random question for a doctor to ask. Shout out to that doctor.
That's an angel right there.
That's something.
That's a crazy doctor question.
Yeah.
I thought they're gonna say how many milligrams of what's
Lexapro. Hey man, don't be shaming people.
I'm not shaming people at all. I'm saying that's a more accurate doctor question. To get the God question from a doctor
I love it.
is awesome.
I mean, I would recommend maybe, going into some direction and finding a solution that soothes your soul. Maybe just imagine that hell is basically what you're experiencing when you have an anxiety attack. And it's like, I thought to myself, this is very weird. This feels like I guess this happens only in America. If I was in Germany, I would have never had a doctor tell me that the solution would be to believe in God.
Wow. Hey, shout out to that doctor.
I'll say this, that doesn't happen in America either. And that was just God directing you
Hold
to
on.
him.
Hello.
That's not a normal thing that happens here.
Yeah.
And that's just like a testament to God actually pursuing him.
Yeah, it's good. Hey, shout out to Apostate Prophet, shout out to David Wood. If you guys want to hear David Wood share how someone tried to use the story from Nabil's book against him, not realizing they were talking to David, who the story in Nabil's book was about, check this video out over here. It's actually really good. All right, I'll see you up there. Peace.